Hello everybody and welcome to a new playthrough we're going to be doing in the EU4 Anbennar mod. For now, we are playing as Kanhei over here. Instead of being Kanhei West, it's Kanhei East, as we're going to be eventually forming the One Xia down here, uniting through humble unity. As you can see, we have some panic spreading through the Zhangji. Over the past 2 decades, the monstrous hobgoblins to the north have conquered vast swaths of Shamakad under the banner of their so-called Great Command. The recent relocation of their orcish warrior slaves to the northern border of the Zhangji has caused an immense panic among the common folk in the region. Fields are being abandoned and soldiers are deserting their posts in unprecedented numbers. Cowards, the lot of them. The Xia will stand and fight. So now we get national unrest. 20% death cost. That's insane. And we lose national manpower by 20%. Anyways, with that sad state of affairs, starting off our campaign, let's go through our country real quick. So we have First Master Gao of the School of Flowing Water. He is calm and a fierce negotiator. No heir at all. No advisors, obviously. We have a Wulin government right now. We'll go over that once we get to the government reforms. It has basically the shogun mechanics, similar to the Raja over here in the west. See how that pans out. Sword hunt, court summons, expel, Yod Hiyari or Yugjia, something like that. We are human, of course. As you can see here, human administration and human military. Diplomacy, we have a ton of vassals. As you can tell, we are the leader of the Xia at the moment, which we'll go to here, the Wulin. The holder of the Righteous Path Holy Site, the Xiadao, and the rightful leader of the Xiaken. A country can take over the Wulin and become the overlord of all Xiaken subjects by taking over the province of Xiadao. Right here. It's beautiful farmland, right in the middle of our country. Economy, basically being held up by our vassals at the moment, because they all are paying their taxes. Awesome. Trade, not the best in the world. Trade nodes pretty meh. Does have a lot of incoming nodes and only one out, which is actually, I think about it, not that bad. Technology, we are Halessi, because we are on Haless, of course. This is in the Haless build. It's in the description if you want to take a look at it. Tech 3 for all of them. Ideas here, they're pretty decent. We'll go over them once we unlock them through our idea trees. We get trade efficiency and advisor costs, which is really nice. We could actually probably start off with advisors straight off the bat. Do have a nice hefty mission tree to go through here. Don't know if it's going to be bigger once we get to the One Xia, but here's hoping. Got some ones we can look at. Decisions, policies of course. Change racial military, racial tolerance, yada yada, same as usual. Rebuild the Golden Highway in Zhangji. Then here is the Unite Through Humble Unity, which we're going to do to form the One Xia. Stability expansion, the same as usual. We can show our subject revolts, of course. We have one, funny enough. Then here's our religion, the Righteous Path. Different to the high philosophy over here to the west. The cultural beliefs prevalent throughout Haless, the Righteous Path, is more of a collection of local folklore and superstition, primarily surrounding the life force of Qi. It is said that the Righteous Path is like a river. It is different in each land and each people, but all part of the greater flow of life. So we get national tax and get some army tradition as well. And it seems like we have the church power mechanics of Protestantism from a base game, EU4, which is pretty cool. We have our own unit type here, Halessi units. We have Wandering Swords starting off here. Actually, we can have 3 different ones. Let's see, Bowmen, Peasant Spears, or Wandering Swords. I don't know why you would ever take either of these instead, because the Wandering Swords are way better. And here are all of our subjects. Seems like all of them... yeah, they all share the same mission tree as us, which is pretty interesting. So if you wanted to, you could play as one of the vassals here, and take over Xiadao and become the Wulin yourself. But I'm not going to be doing that. I'm going to be starting as the leader, seeing what I can do with it. Sort of like an antithesis of over here, where I became the Raja as a vassal. And then the estates, no special estates here, all the normal, which I will go through right now. And take that advisor costs, missionary maintenance, just in case. Nobility, of course, get them increased levies. Merchant guilds, let's get this as well. I know it's increasing stability costs, but it's very, very minor, considering how easy it is to increase stability. And I think because we are a theocracy in a way, as a Wulin, we don't lose stability on monarch death. Well, not monarch, but what is our leader? I guess First Master, as you would call it. Anyways, let's stop talking for once, and let's get the game started. Let's start improving relations with our vassals, because I'm pretty sure you can just integrate them like normal in regular EU4 after 10 years since the game starts. So I'm going to go around and go for our highest Liberty Desire ones, like Jiaji up here. Sorry about the pronunciation, it's probably not the best in the entire galaxy, but I am trying somewhat. Here we go. We have an event popping up immediately, along with all this other stuff. Now that Gao has ascended to the position of the First Master of the School of Flowing Water, they're expected to choose a disciple to train as their successor. So I guess this is how the theocracy mechanics work for this. We can choose a disciple, train the most apt to lead, the most skilled mediator, or the most talented fighter. So we get a new heir at the age of 20 of the School of Flowing Water family. And it can be admin, dip, or military. And I think since it is the beginning of the game, I might go military. But considering that we are a sort of shogun of Wulin, I think we should go for a mediator. There we go. Yu Hang. 452, not that bad. Definitely take it. Let's see what his personality is. Maybe being a mediator gives him a mediator-type personality. Seems like he is a fierce negotiator, just like we are. We are pretty old, though, so we gotta watch out for that. Let's get our rivals. The command, of course, is going to be a main rival. Probably want to make the Raj a friend of ours, if possible. So we can make sure that's going to keep us afloat just in case. So yeah, our manpower is getting hindered due to our soldiers deserting, but our nobility's basically handling that. And we have some Siri separatists over here. Funny name. Messing with the command over here gives them like an early game revolt to deal with. I mean, they do start with a 556 and they have 40k men, so they gotta have something. And as you can tell right here, Feng Wuzhe just declared righteous conflict on He Presong over here. So as you can tell, all the vassals are starting to eat each other up. Good old EU4 baby shark swarm where they're all eating each other constantly. Not HRE tier, but we'll possibly get there. And I'm going to spend money to get our army up, because it looks like our first mission here is to rebuild the army. Too many of our soldiers have deserted, and none of our brigades are at full strength. We must train more recruits to replace the cowards who ran. Give us manpower and army drill gain modifier too. Which makes me think I should probably... Oh wow, even as a theocracy we can make our leaders into generals, which I definitely will do. Let's actually look over this some more. Fix the kingdom rank, heirs, rulers can be generals. Has a fixed dynasty, so we will always be the flowing water. Wars between vassals, alliances between vassals, does not use devotion. Okay, so regular legitimacy is pretty good as well. I'd rather have the national unrest anyways than the tax. Also get extra diplomat, more legitimacy, more leader without upkeep, and less governing capacity, which is kind of sad, but we're a fixed kingdom. Don't have to deal with the duchy, so. And we are only in our starting state so far. Makes me think I should probably integrate this guy first, because they do have another farm. Interesting. Yeah, we're just gonna wait. We're gonna see if we can integrate some of our vassals, see what the hubbub is about the Xia mechanics over here in Haless. As you can see, the command is struggling with Siri at the moment. And, yeah, let's keep taking looks around here. You see the peasants fleeing the fields, and the soldiers are still deserting. The vassals are still fighting each other. We're gonna summon the Diet. And maybe give autonomy to Shimingyun. Over here, why not? Finish that off, it gives us more dev cost reduction. Also, as local dev cost minus 20% due to the rainy season bringing fertility. So it actually completely offsets the peasants fleeing the fields at the moment. Let's get some more troops up because our cap is 18. Let's actually turn up maintenance as well, because I do want to revoke our land. That's fine. Easily dealt with. Let's go back to Xiadao. Would be funny if like a peasant could take over Xiadao and make a peasant republic instead or something. If I mess it up that bad. There we go, we finished our first mission already. Already popping off. Training recruits for 10 years, army drill, and national manpower. Definitely will take that. So now our troops are going to drill up and be even better. So while we're waiting for increasing all of our vassals' relations, we will take a look around, see how cool they are. Looks like Feng Wuzhe actually lost that war against the OPM. They were actually Feng Harpies, which just shows how different a lot of our vassals are here. They're not even in the same culture group as us. We have some people from Rahen in here as well. We have Feng Harpies, of course. We have people from the Bon culture group. We have people from over here in the Kai, and we also have Haramari leaders, like up here in Zhuji, who actually have their own special ideas based on that too. So if you wanted to try any of the vassals around us to conquer here, then there's so many choices you can pick from. It's funny because the Wuzhen separatists here can easily trample this OPM, so they'll probably go free again. I don't know if they'll join my Wulin Xia stuff again. But here, we can actually look at all of the different things for our righteous path we can pick. Unlike base EU4, they actually have upsides and downsides, so you actually really have to think about it. So like here we get more... Oh! Hold on. Feng Wuzhe actually just declared independence immediately. We've gained anti-monstrous conquests, but it does look like they become a Xiaken once again. So that's fine. We did lose all of our relations though, so... might just focus on getting Qian Sumiao, something like that. I will get the Karmic Code to start off here, because we're not really expanding at all. What goes around comes around, and one's deeds will reflect one's fortunes, leading to a happier life and happier realm. Gives us death low rep, but increases aggressive expansion impact. There we go. So yeah, it looks like most of these have upsides and downsides, as I was saying beforehand, except for the Matchlock not muskets. Matchlock monks down here. Sounds like the name of my new metal band. Just gives straight up 10% land fire damage. Which you can take once we get to 100 again, but I don't really see a point in getting that yet. Don't even know what a matchlock is yet. Actually, let's see. Do we know? Wandering swords, the forested hills, and winding rivers of the Jiangxi made it a remote land with many villages dotted around. And along these paths are mighty warriors of the righteous path faith, wandering the lands hoping to do good for the benefit of all. Indeed, many towns and cities of the Jiangxi directly employ these roaming warriors to defend their livelihoods. So it's sort of like roaming samurai in a way, or like Ronin. We can also train our chosen disciple. Our chosen disciple has been undergoing special training under the supervision of Master Gao and is progressing well in their studies. However, mere study alone does not make a master. Our righteous master must train the chosen disciples themselves. He shall shadow the righteous master and take on some of their administrative responsibilities. Make him a 5-5-2, or Yuhang and Gao shall spar until the sun sets. Definitely sparring. We have to be fierce. We have to keep everybody together. As you can tell, everyone's still fighting. Let's focus on improving that again. Just want to get above our 190 so we can get people integrated. Let's get Miaji here. We also want to get court summons as well. Don't really see a point in forcibly expelling the Yodhiari or the Yujia. Oh, there's a lot of stuff popping up here. People are still fighting each other to the death. But as you can see, minus 5% liberty desire is nothing compared to 3 Diplo Rep at all. Definitely not. We shall place an obligation on our subjects to make periodic attendances to Xiadao, while keeping key members of their court as our hostages. This will place our subjects under diplomatic strains while increasing our own influence. Okay. So now we are at a whopping almost 5 Diplo Rep. We were at 1 from legitimacy, but we just spent 20. And here we go, we have our first righteous summit of 1450. Over 1,000 years ago, in a time of great turmoil in Haless, venerated First Master Kaijian of Kanhe summoned all the masters of the righteous path to a convention in the shadow of the Xiadao, where the disparate representatives of the various schools and paths forged bonds, which would eventually be codified as the Xia itself. It's once again time to honor the most ancient tradition of the Xia. Summon the Xiaken. The Righteous Summit will be held over the course of the next 6 months. It seems like all of our vassals get little attendance events. See how that goes. Hopefully nobody kills each other while we're there. Hopefully we'll be bearing good fruits for our nation. Oh. Xiaken permission for righteous combat. It seems tension between 2 of the Xiaken have flared, and now they have agreed to duel. It is up to us as a Wulin to decide whether or not this duel shall be allowed to take place during the Righteous Summit. Let them fight. Feng Wujie and Wentufei gets allowed duels, and then we get a duel event outcome. A duel between masters chosen by the 2 delegations will occur. Okay. Okay, they're immediately fighting as soon as we do this. But anyways, let's change our focus. As the Wulin of the Xia, our voice is the first among many. We can leverage this to direct the debates and focus the Xia's attention on the problems we wish to solve. Let us look inward. We must maintain balance in all affairs, or it is time to look past our borders. I think it is time for us to look inwards here, to choose which internal problem we direct our efforts towards. See what we can get from that. Hopefully it'll benefit us. Oh. It seems like we called our, during the entire meeting, our first master died. Now Yu Hang of the School Flowing Water has come of age. Well, he just took over. Great cunning and silver tongue shall aid us in forming strong alliances with our friends. Apparently, Gao of the School Flowing Water died while in the army. While we were camped in Xiadao, he brought peace and order to our realm. For about, 4 years or so. Okay. There we go. Already switching over. Righteous combat immediately. The day of the duels arrived, and all the attending Xiaken gather in the assembly hall of the Kanhabao to watch the 2 masters fight. It takes 4 rounds of brutal hand-to-hand combat with the occasional limited invocation of magic. But in the end, one of the masters stands tall above the other. Who won? Not a shameful display, an inspiring display. Inspiring. 5% morale of armies for everybody. And here we go. Here's our inward focus. Succeeded in guiding the conversation away from fighting each other constantly towards the Xia's internal problems. It is time to determine which of these problems we would like to solve. Cultivate our chi gives us more drill gain. The Xiaken must be brought to heel. Ooh, Diplo annex cost. Or we have succeeded in guiding the conversation towards the Xia's internal problems, and it is T. That localization's way too long for this. But we should make the Xiaken be brought to heel. Definitely. A minus 10% is going to help. Integrating all these vassals. And now we are immediately picking another disciple. We will go for another... No, we will go for a talented fighter. See how that goes. Shenzhong, 335. Let's see what their thing is here. We also get training at the Righteous Summit. The Righteous Summit is in progress, which means that there are many opportunities for a chosen disciple to gain valuable experience. Oh, okay. So this is like the disciple can be trained by our master or trained at the summit itself. So we can have Shenzhong take part in the debates, or there's always a need for mediators, ensure they fill one of these positions. Let's have him take part in the debates. Hopefully he doesn't stir anybody up. So he is a bold fighter. And anyways, that's the end of our first Righteous Summit. A tentative concord has been reached, and the Righteous Summit of 1450 has come to a close. All that begins must one day end. So we just get some prestige for that. Makes you wonder, is it every, I assume, what would that be? I guess 10 years would make sense. That's a lot of flavorful events though. I'm pretty excited to see how this country's going to turn out. We already have this amazing army we're drilling here, about 18k. I would like to see how we compare to others. See the command. We have about... Wow, we have 66k infantry alone. 10k cav. Could stand up to the command if we doubled that, funny enough. Oh well. Give it time. We do have a... Excuse me, we do have a new Casus Belli now, my first master. It is the Reign in Xiaken Casus Belli against Waji over here. Seems like he expanded too much, so we had the Casus Belli to rein him in. But I don't really see a purpose in doing that, since it's... There's our subject, and we have great relations, which we could turn down, but... And then being a subject and losing 3 stability is just not worth it, honestly, in my opinion. To rein them in. Let's increase our stability, even though it's pretty expensive. That's fine. We can get another church power here, the Righteous Path. Let's see what we want. We could possibly take... Ooh, that one's nice later on. 20% governing capacity. We could take Land Leader Shock +2. Honestly, yeah. Let's, we're only using our masters right now, but once we get our chosen disciple to take over, we're gonna have a +3 shock on any general you roll. It is gonna be more expensive, but it also means we don't have to roll as many generals, if you think about it. It's good for us. As you can tell, people are still taking over more. I think Zhuaji is going to be our first one we have to annex, because he is getting crazy. And just like that, the Fang Harpies are immediately taking over again and rising up. Wow. That's crazy seeing them just get annexed twice, and they're probably going to declare independence yet again. Yep, yeah, it's probably going to happen. Let's get... Oh! We can even train some more, too. Okay. Can't even tell who to increase relations with anymore. It's crazy. There we go. Training the Ascendant Master. Ascendant Master earned their position through righteous combat, but Ascendancy is not the end of it. Him must be prepared. There you go, localization team. Get on that. Must be prepared to bear the mantle of leadership of the Xia. It is Yu Heng's duty to train the Ascendant Master and ensure their readiness. Let's give them some more Diplo. Send the Ascendant into the Zhangji to pacify the most unruly of temples. So we're actually building up a really good leader that's coming up soon. Honestly, spending these points to get these amazing leaders is really going to help us out. And because the mages are pissed that was really expensive, I should have paid attention, but... Oh. Will they? Nah, they're gone. The Fang Harpies won't be coming back. That was their last chance. Sad state of affairs, but that's fine. Anyways, with this Vassal Swarm mechanic going on and this new playthrough, I am going to end this episode here. Thank you all for watching, and as always, I will see you in the next one.